Donald John Trump, born on June 14, 1946, is an American businessman, television host, and politician who served as the 45th and 47th President of the United States. Before entering politics, he was known for his real estate ventures and the television show The Apprentice. However, his entry into the White House brought one of the most controversial presidencies in American and global history. In this video, we will take a comprehensive look at the life, achievements, failures, and controversies of this polarizing figure. Donald Trump's grandfather, Friedrich Trump, was born in Karlstadt, Germany. In 1885, at the age of 16, he emigrated to the United States and initially worked as a barber. Later, during the Gold Rush, he moved to the northwest of the U.S. and Canada, where he became wealthy by establishing restaurants and hotels for miners. In 1901, he returned to Germany and married Elizabeth Christ. However, due to evading military service, he was forced to return to the U.S. He had 3 children, one of whom was Fred Trump, Donald Trump's father. Donald Trump's father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer. Fred Trump married Mary Ann McLeod in 1936. Mary Ann was an immigrant from Scotland who came to the United States in 1930. Fred and Mary Ann had 5 children. Mary Ann Trump Berry, a federal judge in the United States. Fred Trump Jr., a pilot who passed away in 1981 due to a heart attack caused by alcoholism. Elizabeth Trump Grau, a bank employee. Donald Trump, the 45th and 47th President of the United States and a businessman. And Robert Trump, a businessman and executive in the Trump Organization. He later took over the family's real estate business, and during World War II, he built and managed apartments for war workers on the East Coast. Throughout his career, he built more than 27,000 apartments in New York. Fred Trump became wealthy by using federal funds to build rental apartment complexes in Brooklyn and Queens after World War II. His success was also due to his meticulous management and cost-saving practices in the real estate business. Donald Trump, the 4th of 5 children in the Trump family, grew up in Queens, New York. Thanks to his father's real estate business, the family enjoyed a solid financial status. For his early education, Trump attended Q Forest School in Queens. However, due to some behavioral issues, his parents decided to send him to the New York Military Academy. This move aimed to instill discipline in him. Trump excelled at the military academy and was recognized as a distinguished student. He also actively participated in sports, playing on the school's football and basketball teams. After graduating from the military academy in 1964, Trump attended Fordham University in New York for 2 years before transferring to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. Wharton is one of the top business schools in the United States. Trump graduated from Wharton in 1968 with a degree in economics. During his time at Penn, Trump was involved in student organizations and economic clubs, gaining valuable experiences and networking opportunities. He also worked on various real estate projects, which provided him with practical knowledge of the industry. During the Vietnam War, Trump received several deferments from military service due to his education. After graduating from college, he obtained a medical exemption due to bone spurs in his feet, which ultimately exempted him from military service. After graduating in 1968, Trump officially joined the Trump Organization, working alongside his father, Fred Trump. At the time, the family business mainly focused on construction projects in Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx. But Donald had a different vision. He wanted to shift the company's focus from low-cost housing to luxurious and highly profitable projects in Manhattan. He had a passion for publicity and aimed to build his personal brand through media exposure. In 1971,
He moved the company's headquarters from Brooklyn to Manhattan to be closer to the heart of luxury real estate deals. In 1974, Trump negotiated with New York City Mayor Abraham Beame to renovate the old Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Station. Using a 40-year tax exemption and agreements with the city government, he secured the funding needed for the project. By 1980, the renovation was complete, and the Commodore Hotel was rebranded as the Grand Hyatt New York, marking one of Trump's first major successes. Donald Trump married Ivana Zelničková, a model and professional skier from Czechoslovakia, on April 7, 1977. Together, they had 3 children, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump. Ivana wasn't just his wife, she played a key role in his business too. She was involved in the interior design of Trump Tower and even managed the Plaza Hotel. However, in the late 1980s, Trump's relationship with Marla Maples created significant challenges for their marriage, ultimately leading to Ivana's separation from Trump in 1990. Married Marla Maples in 1993, and they had a daughter named Tiffany. Sadly, on July 14, 2022, at the age of 73, Ivana passed away after a fall at her home in New York. Trump described her as an incredible and inspirational woman. Trump became a prominent media figure in the 1980s, frequently appearing on the covers of well-known magazines. He also had brief roles in a few films. His first appearance was in the 1989 movie Ghosts Can't Do It. However, his most famous film role was in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
Later, Chris Columbus, the director of Home Alone 2, confirmed in an interview that when the production team wanted to film at the Plaza Hotel, which Trump owned at the time, Trump made it a condition that he would only allow filming if he could appear in the movie. Quite the deal maker. Trump's peak in media activity came in 2004 when he launched the show The Apprentice. In this program, where Trump served as both host and judge, he gained immense popularity. One of the show's standout features was his iconic catchphrase, "You're fired," which became a hallmark of his media persona. This media presence significantly boosted his personal brand, paving the way for his later ventures into politics. Before this, Trump had briefly pursued a presidential bid in 2000 as a Reform Party candidate but withdrew shortly after. In 2001, he joined the Democratic Party and remained an active member until 2009. Eventually, he switched to the Republican Party, which he aligned with to successfully serve 2 terms as the President of the United States. After divorcing Marla Maples, in 2005 Donald Trump married Melania Knauss, a model from Yugoslavia who was working in New York at the time. A year later, they had a son named Barron Trump. In 2011, Trump pressured then-President Barack Obama to release his birth certificate, claiming that Obama was not born in the United States. In 2015, Trump left the show The Apprentice to focus on politics, and a year later, he announced his candidacy for the 2016 presidential election. On November 8, 2016,
Donald Trump won the presidency with 304 electoral votes, defeating Hillary Clinton, who secured 227 votes. With the slogan "Make America Great Again," he entered the White House.
God bless America!
And was sworn in as the 45th President of the United States on January 20, 2017.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
That I will faithfully execute.
that I will faithfully execute
The office of President of the United States.
the office of President of the United States
And will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Trump began his presidency with a series of controversial executive orders. One of his first decisions was to ban citizens from several Muslim-majority countries from entering the U.S., sparking widespread protests. His focus was on tax cuts, stricter immigration policies, and foreign policy reforms. In 2018, Trump initiated a trade war with China, imposing heavy tariffs on Chinese goods, which China retaliated against. He also withdrew the U.S. from the Iran nuclear deal, JCPOA, and imposed severe sanctions on Iran.
I am announcing today that the United States will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal. We will not allow a regime that chants death to America to gain access to the most deadly weapons on earth. The United States no longer makes empty threats. When I make promises, I keep them.
In a historic move in 2019, Trump met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, becoming the first U.S. president to do so. However, the negotiations ultimately failed. In December 2019, the House of Representatives impeached him for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, but the Senate acquitted him in early 2020. The year 2020 was one of the most turbulent periods of Trump's presidency. The COVID-19 pandemic hit the U.S. hard, and his administration faced criticism for its slow response to the crisis. In November 2020, Trump lost the presidential election to Joe Biden but claimed widespread voter fraud, a claim he continued to push for months. On January 6, 2021, a group of Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol to disrupt the certification of Biden's victory. This attack led Democrats to impeach him for a second time. On January 20, 2021, his presidency ended, and Joe Biden took office. However, Trump continued to repeat his slogan and vowed to make America great again in return.
We will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.